Okay, so I'm going to try and record with 20 kilos of dog perched on my lap. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, well, already he's trying to sniff the microphone, which is good. And I guarantee at some point in the next 5 to 10 minutes he's going to leap across the room, launching my headset off my head and causing general bad things to happen. But nevertheless, I'm dedicated. I'm going to give it a go. A sensible person would just attempt to move the dog before pressing the record button, but it's too late now, so let's go. Let's continue our journey. You rise early that morning, though Gertrude is already awake. She scowls at you. Good morning, reader. Gertrude, I trust your stay has not been too uncomfortable. Loki. Go away. Go away. Your face is right in the screen. If you're going to cut off all circulation to the lower half of my body, you could at least lie down while doing it. Okay? Nay, Sandalwood. The comforts of this place are not for us. Fly us north from here to lower ground. Let us get on with all of this. The reader here shall do so, once our group is ready. I thank you for your patience. Well, I guess I'm ready. There's no reason to stick around here. It's been 2 days since I last played this, so I've already forgotten who we agreed to play against next, so it should be a nice surprise. You know, while we're flying, I've got an interesting story about what I've been doing today. See, one of my dogs, not the one who's currently sat on my lap, the other one, Floyd his name is, he recently developed a limp last few days. And amazing owner that I am, I figured it would be a good idea to just leave it a few days and see if it gets better on its own, so I don't end up having to pay a load of money out at the vet. So I'm a monster, but you know, I'm sure you realise that already. Today I finally took him to the vet anyway, and oh, was that an experience. I mean, to begin with, he wouldn't leave the house. He had some sort of uncanny sixth sense about what was going to happen to him. Had to lure him out from under my bed with a carrot, and then, oh yeah, he loves carrots, don't ask, he was a rabbit in a former life. But yeah, I had to lure him out and quickly snap the lead on him before he could disappear back under like some sort of demented whack-a-mole. Practically drag him out the house and take him up the road to the vets, which was where the fun truly began. Well, there's a point of interest here. Yonder is the Ridge of Gold, somewhat less imposing when viewed from this vantage point, but do not agree, reader. The myths of the downside hold that it is no mere ridge of stone, but the remnants of Lord Grandroth, once slain by Golgotharion himself. Though perhaps such tales are of little import now when you stand to comfort the Pyre hearts. Not comfort, but confront the Pyre hearts. There, in just a short while. I guess that tells me who I'm playing against. Excellent. Okay. We'll go land in Hollowroot, because that seems to be the nearest possible position, and we're going to talk to Gertrude some more, because we've got some frantic last-minute character building to get done. Okay. What's up, Volfred? Volfred is poring over a copy of the Book of Rights as you approach. It's a good thing someone is, because you sure as hell given up on it. He looks up at you and smiles. The road to freedom, written in a book that hardly anyone believes exists, and fewer still can read and comprehend. Sometimes I marvel how absurd all of this is, my boy. Tell me something, though. I've spent so much time considering the book, but known so few with whom I could discuss it in such detail. You've had some time to turn through it by now, so what do you think? Worth all the fuss? I only skimmed it, truth be told. You admit to Volfred that you've not really read much of the book just yet. Indeed! All this time, and you have come this far on faith alone? Well, you are missing out as far as I'm concerned. It is a volume well worth your time. I know there can be many distractions during travel, of course. Like not wanting to read the 300 pages of drivel. He puts away his copy of the book with care. It's amazing that these volumes have survived all of this time, I think. Whether they are made of... whatever they are made of has withstood the ravaging effects of time quite well. And the ideas are contained. They remain rather provocative as well. To think that the Commonwealth disavows of the existence of this book, despite official recognition of the 8 scribes. Although, the reasons why they are there, written plain. How fascinating that its secrets have been kept for all this time. Anyway, you'll have to excuse me for my extracurricular interests in its teachings. I used to teach a version of its history. To have access to the real thing has brought me some small pleasure. Let us be certain to preserve these volumes for whomever shall be next to use them. He turns his attention to other matters and bids you good afternoon. Let's search for reagents, shall we? The bog which Big Bertrude knows much of things growing unseen throughout the land, including things residing there in the sweeping plains of Hollowroot. We have made note of thy willing assistance. Come along then, reading one. Why she requests your company in such excursions, only she could say. Yet she does no such thing. She instead directs you to collect the foul ingredients she seeks. The reagents seem to disappear into her robes, and you return in silence. Later you note a new talisman has appeared among the group's possessions, bearing Bertrude's unmistakable mark. I feel like that was a thing we already have, or already could have bought from Ron or something. I feel like I've seen that before. I'll set it gently aside because I have no intention of using it. Let's continue with my journey, shall I? Off to the Ridge of Goal. He wants to talk now. Okay. You approach Bertrude just as she has finished polishing the various bottles, flasks and vials that your fellow exiled have collected during your travels through the downside. The evidence of thy travails, how brazenly you put them on display. Ye tempt these lands to swallow ye. She lets out a long breath. Nonetheless, these trinkets stir our memories, not merely of these lands, but of the country whence we came. Know, reading one, that we are here because of Sandalwood. We met him long ago within the southern bogs. He offered many courtesies, and an exchange we found agreeable. We sought then certain regents necessary to our studies on the heavens and the earth. And he knew where to procure them. I'm aware that I'm starting to sound like some sort of comedy show doing a bad impression of the Queen, and I'm kind of okay with this. In exchange, we were to boil for him our finest inks, a certain recipe, notorious yet secret, Its stain could never be removed. Oh, but the Commonwealth misliked it. 'Twas then that we began collecting samples of the regions of the downside, for Sandalwood was ever true to his word. Long had we studied this accursed place, Black Basin, the chaos of the deathless tempest, the richness of the bogs of the flagging hands, lands so far away, and yet they called to us. If molten Melith was able to traverse the downsides in its entirety an age ago, then surely 'twas not beyond reckoning that we could do the same. Furthermore, but she hesitates. It matters not, reading one. Thou hast indulged our tales long enough for now. She slithers away without further explanation. She seems reluctant to discuss the circumstances of her past with Volfred, yet you sense that she is here by choice. Oh well. Hardly tying her down and forcing her to stay, are we? Alright, what you got? Hey you guys, where's your friend? You know, the big one with the horns. Likes frowning, stuff like that. Something happened there or what? Heard a crazy story that she flew on out of here or something. Anyways, here's some more stardust. Pretty good shit. Thanks. I appreciate it, and I shall put it to good use. Thanks, guys. Good luck in that thing you're doing tonight. That thing I'm doing, i.e. upgrading a talisman. Who am I using? I'm okay with sticking with Bertrude for now, so I don't need to level her up. We're focusing on Pamitha, was the plan, wasn't it? However, I don't intend for her to be a long time member of the team, so I don't see a lot of point in upgrading her personal talisman. Instead, what we'll do, give you some hope, but hang on, just to double check, these are, yeah, that's at 19, and that's at 20, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll upgrade this. Cool. There you go, enjoy. You might see use later. Okay, let's commence, shall we? Everything is set for the rite to commence, and all is quiet amid the untamed reaches of the Ridge of Gaul. All there is left to do is wait for nightfall to set it. You observe Sir Gilman sliding back and forth. Back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. This night! This night! This night is not a night at all! This knight betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren of the Sea Dominion. But what is knighthood even? What is knighthood if it means having to follow such a craven as Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. He notices you finally. Oh, Master Reader, this knight did not see you just there now. Such was his preoccupation with the task at hand. Know that this knight stands prepared. There is no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-triumvirate. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has honour to restore. Banner glimmering within the sky draws you and his attention. Neat. Another new one. No, quickness is the one edge I have. I was considering giving them something. Like this. We'll give them this. We'll give him the sun grease. Although we are against the worms and they might just absolutely pile drive me. I know they're all going to be faster than basically all my team against Gilman, so...
The much vaunted reader has returned.
Oh, I am vaunted.
And it would appear his ranks grow stronger. Consorting
Debatable.
with the bog-crone Bertrude, are we?
Someone has to.
How very strange that you befriended her.
That's a strong word.
At any rate, your adversaries in this fight shall be the Firehearts. Put out their flame and walk the path to liberty.
Okay.
Gilman, do not abandon your new friends like all the other duties and responsibilities.
Sir Deluge wrestles his mask for a time.
This knight is not surprised that you have courage enough to show yourself.
You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say for the likes of you.
That figures, Gilman. You are no knight at all. You are a teensy minnow swimming in the sea of minnows, many, many times your size, and with much more honor too.
Then something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon it fades, Sir Gilman slinks away.
Disgraceful! You Nightwings, you are stupid to have taken that one in. You are no good at the rights. And another thing. We do not fear you!
Big talk for a pussy. Yeah, I said it. A what? Hold a moment, reader. The Queen Beatrix led this force, wearing the clothes of the rights. Now that Bertrude is among our ranks, it would be best if you became familiar with her repertoire. You have no obligation to make use of her abilities, of course. Good Bertrude, please show the reader something of your aptitude. We expect you thou show. Let's try this again, shall we? We expect thou shalt be soon inclined to bring our sorceries to bear. Long have we studied the rites of thine. Let us show thee what we know of them thus far.
The bog-crone Bertrude shows herself in full. Though I have to wonder what became of her accomplices. Of one accomplice in particular. You watch yourself around her, reader. None are sentenced into exile without sufficient cause.
She's pretty standard. She might be my Jodariel replacement once we've booted Pamitha into the sky. Oh, I see when we have to do it. Was that not it? Okay, I think I was a little bit too quick off the mark there. It's not like me. T to proceed. Now then, reading one, know that our freedom is of little consequence to us. We side with ye because of Sandalwood, because of his plan. We shall aid ye in the rights, and we shall aid ye in that plan. Thus, we are at thy disposal, and await thy bidding. Okay.
Who shall strive for freedom?
Well, obviously, Gilman strives for freedom.
Gilman.
Obviously, Ray strives for freedom. And because we want rid of Pamitha.
Now.
Those Pyrehearts are so cruel to our friend Gilman. I don't think that should be allowed.
Come then, you Nightwings. Show this knight how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow whom you harbour. On guard!
And we're off.
Now for their pyre, commence.
There he is. So yeah, I was telling the story about Floyd and his ill-fated trip to the vets. So yeah, we arrive at the vets eventually. And so it took a while to get there. We were late because fucking hell. We were late because he refused to get out from under my bed, but we got there anyway, so that's fine.
Already does your fire's flame begin?
This ain't going great, is it? Shit.
Now to the flame.
I'm trying. There we go.
Solution.
So we get there, and Floyd's nervous around vets. He's never coped well. I mean, he tends to suffer from a bit of the old stranger danger anyway, but vets in particular tend to put him a little bit ill at ease, shall we say. And we go in, and the vet asks me to lift Floyd up onto the examination table so we can get a good look at this leg which is causing him trouble. So I comply. Floyd, however, doesn't comply.
If I were that one, I'd be rather angry.
I'm rather angry too.
Unfortunately.
See, I lift him up, and because he's nervous, he sort of freezes up and almost assumes the fetal position in my arm so that his butt is facing forward. And I think some of you might see where this is going, but not get the full extent of the sheer terror of that situation. See, if you don't own a dog, you might not be aware of the anal gland. See, Floyd didn't spurt shit or piss everywhere when I picked him up, because that would have been much preferable, in fact. Jesus, this is not going well.
Banished each in turn.
There we go.
Glorious.
Yeah, see, Floyd basically expelled his anal gland. He expelled it all over himself, all over the table, and all over my arms. And this anal gland, it contains...
Right, we are winning. We are winning.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The anal gland contains an extra pungent scent that dogs use to coat their feces in order to aid in marking their territory. So imagine the smell of shit, like, intensified several hundred times. And you might be where I am right now. And it was everywhere. And oh god, you want nightmare scenario? There's no words to explain. Like the vet had like a young assistant, a girl, probably still, you know, no more than 18, you know, trying to learn the ways of the vet. And I think this probably will have put her off the idea for forever, to be honest.
From burning flame to ash.
Jesus Christ, one more and I lose. This is not good. But, so, forgive me if I seem a bit distracted today, but my entire everything is just haunted by this scent. Like, I've washed my hands like 10 or 12 times since the incident, and Floyd's been well and truly hosed down. But, dear God, just this...
The orbs unclaimed again.
Just this eruption of vileness, and oh shit, I just lost this match. Well, this is one for the books.
Showed them a bit of favor in the end. Perhaps your fortune shall be better next time, hmm?
Well, look how sad everyone is. I'm sad too. I'm sad too. And not just because my hands still vaguely smell of poop scent, but for other reasons. You and the Nightwings may have experienced your first defeat, but this is not the end. Rather, this is an opportunity for you and your fellow exiles to press onward. Sir Gilman, for example, learned a valuable lesson this night. Rush of Enlightenment gained by surviving a tough situation, awarded only this one time. Okay, well, okay. So too has Ray, not in spite of this setback with the Pyre Hearts, but because of it. And Pamitha is no exception. She has gained more insight here as well. Your fellow exiles all shall gain enlightenment and learn and grow from what has transpired. And your story shall continue. Not the one about the dog scent. No. No, we're putting that one well behind us. But the choice of whether to accept such outcomes now and throughout your quest is to be yours alone.
Do you see? Admit your defeat, Gilman. You were a fool to abandon us.
You may have prevailed, sir, but we are not defeated. We are never defeated, for ours is the path towards enlightenment. Your victory means nothing.
Oh, shut up. You know exactly what you are, Gilman. You call this night a craving, yet your courage is a mere facade, and everybody knows.
Sir Gilman does not respond, though you sense the words of Sir Deluge got to him.
Boundless are the teachings of the scribes.
Anyway, the long and the short of it is Floyd's got a bit of a swelling on his knee and he used to take anti-inflammatories for a bit, so he's okay now. But I think I'll be remembering that trip to the vets for basically the rest of my life. God, it's mentally scarring. As I say, I genuinely would have been happier if he'd had a diarrhea attack everywhere. That's how bad this was.
Until the stars align.
And I'm blaming that loss entirely on the situation. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Floyd. This is your fault. It's your fault that people aren't achieving enlightenment and returning to the Commonwealth. I hope you're happy. After failing to prevail over the Pyre Hearts in close contest, you return to the wagon to find Volfred and the lone minstrel in the midst of a conversation. Most strange that this one star should be illuminated now. This is not what I expected. Nor I, Volfred, sir. Then Volfred notices you there. Reader, Tarek and I observed a strange occurrence in the sky is all. It appears that the star of... Jesus, that's a mouthful. Kilmer Rope Caller is illuminated now. It is but another star, except our models and predictions of the cosmos did not anticipate this. Anyway, go see for yourself. I shall make the wagon ready in the meantime. You see only a single shining star illuminated far above, just as Volfred indicated. Alright. The rogue star. Star Wars Rogue 1. Yeah. Looks like we're going for it. I'm aware I had options and probably should have looked at them, but I don't know. It pointed me at it, so I clicked it. Then we are summoned to the Isle of Kelmar, deep within the deathless tempest. Have you been there before, Tarek? So long ago, I scarce recall the name. Only the scent. It is the place from whence the creatures native to this land sprang forth. Reader, let us not concern ourselves with superstitions held about that place. We'll set forth at dawn and soon see for ourselves what to make of it. Alright, Gilman, what's up? So Gilman is in a contemplative mood. He's been rather quiet, at least more than usual, ever since his confrontation with Sir Deluge. He notices you there and slides forth in a solemn manner. This night he knows not what he shall do now, when all of this is over, Master Reader. We Worm Knights, we are born and raised to prove ourselves superior to the other billions of our kind. To lead our lives, however short, with glory. From the moment we shove past our wormling brethren in their egg sacks to the very end, we are conditioned to excel, to prevail at all costs. This relentless pursuit of glory, of fame, of self-worth, it leads most of this knight's kind to an early doom, or, in the case of Sir Deluge, it leads to a life of falsehood. A life of low deceit, abusing one's fellow worm knights, shirking one's responsibility, living in constant fear. This knight cannot abide his former commander, yet pities him. There must be more to honor than to lead a life engulfed in endless conflict. Then he looks at you intently. This knight shall ever seek that honor out. When all of this is ended, Master Reader, thus he vows to you, and he is ever grateful that your guidance led him to this new awakening. But until such time, this knight is duty-bound unto the Nightwings. Thus, this fulfillment of our plan and the pursuit of freedom is to be his final quest. For what awaits him afterwards is no mere quest. The honor that this knight has sought, it cannot fully be achieved through knighthood, can it? It requires something more. I trust you understand. He slithers off, his head held high, though not merely in pride. Something has changed in him. +2 presence permanently. Very nice. I mean, his aura size is pretty much non-existent, but I suppose having more of it is a good thing. So I'm not really sure how well that works. I know why I'm in here. Don't know what I'm doing. Let's continue, shall we? Let's press ever onwards. Let's see what's going on this magical, secret, lost island of magical, secret, lost stuff. Oops.
Hey, wanna rumble here and now, Nightwings? Ain't gonna take us down again like last time. Too bad we all got somewhere else to be. Although we Tempers sure are flattered that you took the time to ram right into us again. Be seeing you around.
Oh, it's like that, is it? Gertrude slithers up to you as the Black Dragon passes through the skies above her former abode. How kind who lurk below. They should scarce believe we soar above them now. We told them, when Sandalwood came to fetch us, that we shall not return for some time. Our most accomplished labourers, with whom we shared so many moons in exile, we trust that they shall carry forth the reputation of our services, for we taught them all we know. She seems almost nostalgic as she lifts off the various services provided at Big Gertrude. Cures, curses, balms. Wasn't sure if that was cures or curses for about 10 seconds there. Curses, balms, potions, powders, cleaning reagents, sleep medicines, fungicides, seances. Big Gertrude's earned quite a name for itself throughout the downside for these and other things. When we are finished here, provided we do not return from whence we came, we shall return to our establishment and carry on our business there, for there is much demand. Good to know. I honestly wouldn't mind much if you return there right now, to be honest. I think we can manage without you. But Wilfred joins you as you soar above the storm-ravaged waters on approach to the famous, or infamous, Isle of Kaelma. Kind of weird how famous and infamous, I know they don't mean exactly the same thing, but they have a very similar meaning, despite one having a negative prefix. It's kind of odd. Just a quirk of the English language there for you to think on. Among its cursed qualities, it seems this wretched storm means I cannot rightly smoke. One of the downside small misfortunes, I suppose. The wagons driving seem not to mind, at least. In fact, they seem more animated now than usual, sir. Perhaps they feel some sort of connection to this place. Tarek, do you suppose the withdrawn are able to make it here intact? They ought to have seen it in the stars, though we shall soon know for certain. That we shall. Take us in, please, reader. So I like the pilot. That's kind of cool. Do we have a choice of where to land? We can know someone who owes him a debt. Let's see what that's about. The Barber Reef. You make landing within the Deathless Tempest far west of where you first breached through to the shores beyond. You wonder what sort of celestial landmark lies hidden amid these waters, though for now you have some time left before continuing onward. Let's collect on these old favours, shall we? Nothing going on in the Black Wagon. You follow Rookie to an inconspicuous looking locale somewhere in the murky waters of Barber Reef. You soon procure something from a hidden stash. Alright, chum. We got what we came for. No funny business, just the way I like it. Ooh, $80. Very nice. Oh, now there's something to talk about. It's Rookie! We found Rookie, having just put back his Greentail family portrait. There's something of a wistful look in his eyes. Then something comes over him and he moves in close, lowering his voice. He goes in for a kiss. Nope, just a fantasy of mine. I'll carry on. Look, chum, I gotta level with you about something here real quick. Truth is that I haven't been entirely upfront with you about my family situation. He hesitates for a while and then... We ain't exactly quite as rich as I've been letting on. I mean, we do just fine. We got lots of money stored away. It's just mostly locked up in savings bonds. And he seems to catch himself in the middle of another tall tale and relents before you can respond, one way or another. The situation is, my mom back on the other side, she needs a little bit of help, financially and otherwise. All she's got now are my knuckle-headed uncles to keep her steady. Always told her I'd make something of myself, you know. I was just a clerk in a shop. Things started getting tough for us, so I started looking for all kinds of different work. Got in with some unseemly sorts, I guess, but the pay was real good. We took to shipping certain types of stuff down there, of all places, flushing it straight down the river, watertight. The pay was right, and Mom was so proud of me. We were eating real food all the time. That says good, not food, but we'll stick with it. But you can probably guess what happened. I barely scraped by after they flushed me down here. Would have been food for a bunch of howlers had Jody not bailed me out of a tough spot one fine evening. As for my mom, she doesn't even know half of it. My uncles told her I'm away on business. Not exactly untrue, I guess, but if she knew, it'd break her poor heart. So, I don't know how else to put this, chum, but I want to get out of here. Back to what I was doing back home. On the straight and narrow, though. I'll go straight for this time, for sure. Just don't go telling anyone that old Rookie Greentail's just a mama's boy, okay? I've got a certain reputation to uphold. He quickly scampers out the door. His past life has been weighing heavily on him, but since he was sincere about wishing to lead an honest life. Cool. We'll get you out of here, Rookie, don't worry about it. We just really have to get rid of Pamitha first, I'm sorry. On to Gaelma. Why are we over here in a boat now? I don't understand. Here, in the eerie stillness of the Deathless Tempest, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumours from the other side. This will be Jodie, I suppose. This time, the news pertains to Jodariel, whom you liberated at the fall of Solium. You learn Jodariel's past transgressions have all been but forgiven. She soon was to be reinstated on the blood border on the presumption that she wanted her old status back. In fact, she was offered an especially prestigious leadership position on the First Veil. For a demon such as she, could not be seen in the streets. The First Veil is an elite blood border platoon, shrouded in secrecy, other than the famous results of its operations. But she refused the gesture, rather bluntly, the report suggests. Instead, she sought Volfred's agents and several of her former fostered sons and daughters, and so the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. The last part of the messenger imp's news must have been damaged in transit, though it appears to be in Jodariel's own words. All you can tell is that it says, "Await." You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Your companions are excited to discuss the news.
Shh! Wonder what the rest of her message said.
You give it to him for us, Jodie. I knew you had it in you. Tizo is fired up about the news of Jodariel's return to the Commonwealth.
We can envision it, a demon such as she, let loose within the Commonwealth.
She is an inspiration to us all, or to this night she is at least.
Do you think she still has her horns, now that she's back up there? The news of Jodariel's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. You gain +1 hope. So that's cool. Your wagon shudders to a halt on the Isle of Kaelma. Bizarre outcroppings give it a forbidding feel. In the distance you hear odd gibbering noises that sound like drive imps? Alright, Slug Market. Here we are on an island in the middle of a tempest in the ocean. And, of course, the Slug Market's here.
Whoa, guys, how'd you find me all the way out here? I mean, this is for extra special customers. I'm only joking, You're the only customers I got. Got you again. Only joking about that too. Because I got tons of customers. It's just they already bought a lot of stuff today, so they're not here, okay? Anyways, I just got in a little something here, which maybe you'll be into. Been hearing about those little numbers for a while. Check them out.
Reveals to you a set of twin rings, the jeweled band and the runed band. They're nice. 2 presents, quickness and hope, and an infinite stamina boost at the start of a round. I mean, Ray doesn't need that because she's basically got infinite stamina anyway, but these might actually end up being... I mean, they're 2 to all stats. They probably are going to end up being better than the quickness and hope talismans.
I think these things are supposed to be for a couple of lovebirds, know what I mean? But anybody can probably use them, provided they was to buy them off me. I was gonna get them for myself, but anyways, let me know if you want them.
I kinda do. They're kinda pricey though. Here, buy this. You know what? You buy this as well. Probably not going to need that anymore. And that's just a bit meh. Here, and have this. Probably never going to use that. That's quite good. But again, I'll just sell it. There we go. Keep me in gold for a while. I'll take both rings, thank you. Probably need to upgrade them a bit before they're worth using, because the stuff I've got now is rank 20. But
you guys again sometime, maybe. Okay, because I gotta say, you're my favorite customers I had all week.
it's just quickly, I said. Where's 8 quickness versus, yeah, 6 overall stats. But they are good. They are good. Probably better than the Faith Stone, to be fair. So he says not equipping them. We'll sort something out with them though. Okay, let's commence this rite, shall we? We're not getting any younger. The mood is more dour than usual as you make preparations for the coming rite. A hush has fallen over your fellow exiles and a sense of dread hangs in the air. At least one of your companions is unfazed. We sense the influence of one of our own. She is nearby. Her mind corrupted, calls out, screaming. Canst thou hear it, perhaps? She speaks of Witch of Milday, the adversary whom you expect to face this night. The witch, she doth revere an ancient god undying, unyielding on this land, and on her consciousness. You may attempt an exorcism here, for the conditions are unique, and she may not be expecting us to be abetting ye. However, 'tis a task upon her mind and mine own, although a worthwhile task, perhaps. Bertrude seems to think that Udmode can be weakened somehow through the coming rite. Then the stars begin to shimmer with their strange light. Shimmery. And there, the star of Islag. Our adversary worships it, and whom it represents. Fixate upon the star, reading one, for if thou so darest, invoke its power. And also, for our adversary on Milday, she shall be emboldened, and also left vulnerable to our own sorceries. We may yet limit her ambitions thus. Okay, I'll consider it. What's this do then? Each your adversaries each have +8 presence. Where we get 3% more enlightenment if we prevail. That doesn't sound like a lot. In fact, they all do that. Maybe there's something else is going to happen on top of that then. I'll give it a go. If I lose this one as well, then we're going to stop invoking these because I'm clearly not up for it. The game's too hard for me. Most games are too hard for me. It's kind of odd that I do Let's Plays, really.
Glorious eve to you as ever, O you exiles of the Nightwings. The 8 scribes dragged you all the way into the blasphemous Isle of Kael'na. Here you are to be surrounded by even more gibbering nitwits than usual. The adversaries you are to confront shall be the Withdrawn. Reduce their pyre to a smolder and step closer to freedom. Now, prepare yourselves.
Oh shit. Yes, what do we have here? You have returned once more into our presence. Yes, we sense something among ye. Who? Bertrude slithers forth and gazes at her adversary. Thou maggot! You should have known. But Bertrude does not respond. Ye Nightwings, ye shall be of little benefit to ye. The one's sorceries are a mere pittance to the overwhelming might of Islak. Soon ye shall see. Okay. Reading one. Thou didst not invoke the star of Islak. How circumspect of thee! Thus shall our sorceries be limited in strength. Let us prevail regardless. Did I not? I thought I did that. Is that not the thing I clicked on? Did I do it wrong? I'm sorry.
The rite shall begin forthwith.
Oh well, whatever. I'm sure it will go fine. I'm sure we'll manage. Pray.
Pray.
Gilman.
Sir Gilman.
Pamatha.
Pamatha. It is done.
Just another nonsense spouting idiot standing in our way, if you ask me. Let's get her. Now then, Nightwings, you wish to mock Islak. Ye, in your infinite foolishness, shall be among the first to suffer.
The voice is just going all over the place. I don't know, I know it sounded creepy, that was my goal. As the rite commences, the imps throughout the cavernous area roar with excitement. Our struggles and our plan. Mere entertainment to these lonesome creatures. Begging your pardon, sir, the imps of the Isle are quite passionate about the rites. Just now they offered to a bounty in soul. If our triumvirate proves worthy, they would pay us? In exchange for what, exactly? Where did they get the soul, for that matter? My understanding is they wish to see us perform various feats of glory. As for the source of their wealth, who can say how much soul lies lost within the sea? Reader, it may seem beneath you, but the opportunity is real if the soul could be of benefit. Indeed. Then, reader, my boy, it is yours to decide if entertaining these sad creatures is a justifiable distraction during these affairs. We trust your judgment. Now, let us not distract you further. Feats of glory. Okay, I'll salute the imps. What the? Jesus Christ! I didn't even realise we'd started. That's not fair. Oh, that was good.
Now take it. Their Pyre spotters.
Oh,
the
for fuck's
orb
sake.
slips from your clutches.
Go, Pamatha, stop being useless. Ah, you almost stopped being useless. Oh, what? You can't just... I guess you can just... Yeah, Jesus. This game got hard suddenly. Not my fault. I was never expecting that to happen. Oh, for...
Your flames grow weak.
Yeah, they really, really do. This is going to be over so quickly. Fucking pogering about.
vanished. Righteous fire.
Right. If they score again, I'm fucked, so...
Bask in the purifying flame.
Good. Nice. Right, gotta do that again with Pamatha now and we'll be good. The imps grow more and more agitated with each passing moment. Some start spilling onto the sacred grounds. Foolish imps! Untamed! Stay back! We spawned from Islak. You learn his patience. Like 6 different voices in one sentence there. That's pretty good.
What are those blasted creatures doing? This is a sacred...
No, not like this.
And it is done. The withdrawn prevail.
Well, I'm 0 for 2 this season.
Sad for you.
I'd make some reference to some football team, but I don't know enough about football to comment. Fools, especially thee, maggot, especially thee. To deign to think that thou couldst staunch the power of Islak. Utter madness. Thy victory is hollow and mild, as 'tis thine own madness that ought to be thy concern. Bertrude retreats into the darkness. Ye foolish ones, this victory, 'twas but a taste of the terror which Islak shall bring to ye in time, until the darkness swallows ye.
What stirs now in the hearts of all these exiles?
Sadness, mostly. Deep, deep depression. Because I fucking brought Pamatha onto the team, that's the problem. Doing fine if it's still like Jody. Well. After you and your fellow exiles failed the riot against the withdrawn, you find the lone minstrel tending to one of your own. Ray seems to be unwell, although you cannot yet sense why. How are you feeling, madame? So tired. I feel as though I'm not even here, if that makes any sense. I see, then please do not exert yourself, or try. The lone minstrel motions for you to come closer. Ida, Ray appeared rather disorientated and more fatigued than usual. Reported feeling not entirely present. Symptoms of banishment sickness. Okay. Play too much, you have to switch your party around. She soon should be able to take part in light activities, I think, but under no circumstances shall she be conducting in the coming rites. Now then, I ought to keep you from the stars above. Please, go and take a look at them, for all of us, I think, are anxious to depart this place. Damn. Okay, we need to win one. We can't keep throwing games like this. This is getting depressing. So we'll probably go against Lendl because he has easy pickings. They're not exactly hard either. What was the third choice? I'm sure that was a third choice. I seem to have lost it though. This one? Demon Boys. They weren't hard the first time, but I'm kind of expect them to have ramped up their difficulty. We're gonna deal with Lendl, as I say. Like a nice easy win to make myself feel better after those two horrible losses. I see it is time we met again with Lendl and the accusers. We can make the Hulk of Horrors at first light, my boy. Let us recover through the night for now. It is too late to do much else. Well, Rookie, do you have any thoughts on the fact that we're shit now? You thought Rookie was trying to get your attention, but soon realized his attention is fixated on somebody else.
Might I assist you with something there, Mr. Greentail?
Rookie has not struck you as the sort to ever be at a loss for words, and yet... no, I was just, trying to see if, maybe... Pamatha gives a laugh, not in an unkind way.
At ease, Rookie darling. You should know I have no immediate plans to snatch you up and eat you for a snack, if that was your concern.
No, it's just, I mean,
What is it then,
Look, I got this really stupid question here, been bugging me is all. It's just, us curs, we don't have many run-ins with you folks, and so...
What is your really stupid question, Rookie darling?
Okay, here goes. How come you always wear that hat? Pamatha remained silent for a time, and then...
This helm was given to me by my blood sister, on the night of my first kill.
Slowly she reaches for the helm.
Rookie Greentail, this helm means nothing to me now. I want you to keep it.
What? Then Pamatha begins to laugh again.
Come on, Rookie darling. You've got to stop being so serious around me all the time. I don't bite. Besides, we seem to make a decent enough team out there, I think, despite the fact we've literally never played a match together. You're pretty quick.
Rookie laughs, rather sheepishly. Alright, you got me pretty good there, sister. So, that stuff you said about the hat, then?
Total nonsense, mostly. I just happen to like it.
So, you're saying I can't keep it?
If I get out of here before you, Mr. Greentail, it's all yours.
It's a deal. He skitters off before Pamatha can respond. She simply shrugs at you and smiles. And I shall simply shrug at this game and stop playing it. Here's hoping next time I'm slightly better at not losing. If I lose to Lendl, I'm probably going to blow my brains out all over the wall, and it won't be pretty. Won't be pretty at all. Especially since no one would find me until the dogs had eaten half my face. Well, that's depressing. I'm going to go be depressed now. See you guys later.